Hello, and welcome to Tales from the Coping.
This is a podcast about skating, shenanigans, and life. I'm Kate.
And I'm Lynette.
And this is episode 9, Thanks for the Memories, where we're going to talk about quite a few things that happened while we were on our mini summer break, like CIB crew closing and Sk8 Liborious burning down and starting to rebuild, and also Houston lost Wild Bill this past
Houston
month.
and the whole skate
Well, the
community.
whole skate community, yes.
We'll get into that more in a little while.
Welcome back. Thanks for rejoining us. We took a little mini break for the summer. Our little microphone mascot guy was wearing sunglasses and sipping a cocktail out of a skate.
Oh, yeah.
So,
That was cute, by the way. Good job.
thanks.
Kate does all of our graphics.
Yeah, I had fun making that. So, but I wish I could have animated it to actually like sipping the drink, but I didn't have that capability at the time. So.
That would have been cool.
Mm-hmm. But yes, it's been hot. It's been very, very hot.
It's been
I think
deathly hot.
a good portion of the country has been experiencing that. So most of our skate sessions are only at night now.
Pretty much. Because if you go out during the day, I don't mind going out during the day, but I also can't get myself... I open the door and I'm like, ugh.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it kills motivation really fast. You're
Really
like,
quick.
how about not?
We've been over 100 degrees for 2 months now,
Mhm.
with like a tiny there was like 1 or 2 cold fronts where we were in the high 90s.
Ooh.
But at my
Nice.
house, it was still registered over 100.
Yeah.
There was
same
not
here.
a single day that it registered under 100.
Mm-hmm.
So the weatherman lied to us.
That's all right. We're used to that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's been very, very hot. But let's see what happened. 4th of July happened, and you didn't go, but our crew had a big 4th of July session at HVR, and we were going to do a cookout, so everybody brought something, and my birthday was the next day, so I brought cupcakes and everything, and we had about a good hour or so of skating, and then the sky just opened up and it stormed. And it was right when Johnny and my son were starting to cook all the burgers and everything on the grill. So it started raining, and I had an umbrella in my car, and I was like, do you guys want the umbrella? And they're like, nah, we're already out here. We're getting wet. No big deal. So they were out there in the pouring rain. And of course, Nicole and I were scrambling, trying to put away everything, because the first 20 feet of the ramp gets wet because of the way it's designed and the way the clouds come in. So we were getting everybody's stuff out of the way and putting it in dry spots, and unfortunately there's a couple of tears in the cover of HVR, so water started coming in, but we ended up moving the food table onto the ramp. And everyone just kind of sat on the ramp, and we were eating food, and it finally stopped storming. But it was just really funny. I almost landed a monkey flip that day. I was very, very close. My son filmed me, and I was everyone was like, it didn't happen though. But I'm older now.
Yep, she had a birthday.
I did. I'm 41. I still maintain that I'm 28, but...
You still look 28.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it was fun. I mean, we didn't do anything big. Just we went out to dinner and stuff like that. So, but Johnny came in for the week to spend time with me. And then at the end of the week, I took my kid to the Blink-182 concert, because that's kind of our family tradition. We've been taking him to Blink-182 and Green Day concerts since he was little. And so this was the first time he got to see all 3 original guys back together. Well, original since, I don't know the state, but yeah, so it was really, really cool experience for him. And that's the closest I'd ever sat at a concert. So I was totally fangirling and freaking out. But it was really cool. And Jacob was like, that was a really cool experience, Mom. Like, thanks for, spending the extra money to let us have VIP seats. And so it was good. And it was the first Blink concert that we went to without Jason. So it was pretty special. So, pretty meaningful. I mean, not special, but yeah, so it was a good birthday.
The Barbie meetup.
The Barbie meetup.
That was a lot of fun.
Yes.
I got there late, but that's because I had a call that morning.
Yeah, it started at like 10. I got there at like 11, and there still wasn't a whole lot of people out there just because it was so hot. So everybody showed up probably around the time I did.
Yeah, I got there about 1:45, noon.
Mm-hmm. It was really cute though. Cass had arranged, because it was a Screwed Up Skaters meetup, and Cass had arranged for an actual Barbie box. So someone, I'm not sure
photo booth
who.
thing.
Yeah, it was like a photo booth. It was made out of wood.
It probably came from somebody who does like photo props or a party place or something.
I'm not sure, but anyway, they came out with the big Barbie box, and so you could get in and pose as Barbie. And we had it at Eastwood, right? So there's a mini ramp and some.
We were skating little stuff, and we haven't done it in a long time. It is really hard to skate small stuff.
It really is. Okay?
You have to work so hard.
Yeah.
To skate it.
Well, so first of all, like that was the first time the two of us had a skate session outside during the day, and there's like no shade at that park. So already we were like dying. And then we're so used to skating the vert ramp, which you have a lot of time to like feel the ramp and prepare.
Yeah, the ramp really helps you out a lot more because like I was doing some airs on that micro mini, and you have to actually jump.
Mm-hmm.
Like in order to get much height, you have to use the momentum and jump all at the same time. Whereas on the vert ramp, you can just let it carry you. You pump into it, and the harder you pump, the higher you're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
But on that itty bitty tiny ramp, you have to actually do the work.
Oh, yeah.
My legs were so sore.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but like I've talked about it before, where I like skating vert because it gives me time for my brain to prepare, like, hey, we're going to do this thing. Because it takes so much time to get from one wall to the other because of how wide the flat is also. And then on a mini ramp, and especially this one's even smaller and more mellow than like Easy 7.
Yeah.
It's like, boom, you're there, boom, you're there, boom, you're there, boom. I mean, and so my brain freaks out because it's like, oh gosh, I'm already at the coping. What do I, oh gosh, And so, it was very awkward. My first couple of runs on the ramp, it was like, number one, I had to remember how to do fakie stalls because I can't do fakie stalls in the vert ramp yet. There's no way I have that much power. But, and then, so like trying to like feel out the ramp and get a feel for how it is like physics wise, right? And then also too, like remembering all the tricks that I know how to do on a mini ramp, but I haven't used them in so long. It's like you have to kind of get all that back.
Yeah.
So
I was the same. I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah.
I forgot how to skate these things.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. It's like, I always say to myself, like, oh, we need to go here and skate, or we need to go here and skate. We need to skate other things other than vert. But we get so stuck in vert because vert is so fun. It's like we never actually go out and do the other things. So
I have been getting to Jamail more.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I say that I go to Jamail and I skate the vert bowl.
Yeah, right.
So
I know. Well, it's like going to North Houston last night. You know, I did visit the Texas Bowl and skate the vert, but I did other things too. So I was like, oh, okay. I remember how to do this, sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into the habit of, because I go to Jamail more often than I go to like North Houston. North Houston's farther. North Houston is not farther than Jamail. North Houston costs more money to get to because I have to take the Beltway. If I don't take the Beltway, it's going to take me an hour to get there.
I gotcha.
And I don't want to use, because I I have been a very bad patron of the tolls.
That's right.
I have my Easy Tag, but my license plate number has changed 3 times since I got my Easy Tag.
Oh.
And you have to pay off all of the stuff before you can change your license plate to match your Easy Tag.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I pay it off, it takes like 3 to 5 days for it to catch up so that you can change it. Well, in that 3 to 5 day segment, I use it again.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, this is just an unending cycle. It's never, like, I'm just going to keep paying fines for this, and it's never going to get done right. So I'm trying my best to avoid the tolls, which is why I'm not going to North Houston as much, because without using the tolls, it will take me an hour plus to get there.
Yeah, to drive on all the side streets. Yeah. Yeah, and it takes me like 20 minutes to get there.
Whereas Jamel, there's no tolls.
Okay.
So it takes me 30, 45 minutes to get there.
Yeah. Well, there's your life portion of damn tolls.
The stupid tolls, man.
No, but
but it's so convenient.
Yeah, it really is.
It's so convenient.
Yeah.
The only loop that's not convenient is 610.
Oh gosh, that's really
fuck 610.
Yeah. I don't like going on 610.
Even 99 is, because I mean, like, I'm 2 miles away from 99, so if I want to go to the Woodlands, 99 is the way to go.
Mm-hmm. But again, 99
it literally
tolls.
drops you right there. Oh, 99? Those tolls are expensive.
Yeah.
Those
and
are
it's
really
different
expensive.
too, because the Easy Tag I have does not work on 99. So I end up having to pay money anyway. Like extra money. Mm-hmm.
Which Easy Tag do you have?
I have just the app version. I don't have the actual tag. It's a thing. Anyway.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, so the Barbie meetup was fun.
I brought the tent.
Oh,
everybody was sitting out there in the sun.
You
burning.
were the MVP of the day. She brought this huge pop-up tent.
Yeah. My boyfriend had gone to Walmart one day, and he came back, and he goes, well, I bought one of those pop-up tents. It was like $20 on sale at Walmart. And I was like, okay. And it's just sat in the garage for like 2 months.
In the box.
In the box.
Yeah.
And then I'm leaving to go to the meetup, and he looks at me and he goes, you want to take that tent? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I just threw it back there, and apparently we needed it.
Well, and I'm glad you did, because I have one too, and I've brought it to meetups before, but I totally forgot to put it in the car. And I even said, when I first got there, and it was like, whew, I was like, oh, I should have brought my pop-up tent, I forgot. And everyone else was like, oh yeah, I have one too, I forgot to bring mine. And then Lynette's like, oh, I have one in my car.
And it's a big one. I didn't realize it was so freaking big.
Yeah, it was very big.
It was really big. And it was so easy to put up.
Mm-hmm.
So easy.
Yeah, yours is better than mine.
Yeah.
Mine's crap.
Yours isn't crap. Yours just has the old things. I didn't know that they made them with, like, sandpaper-like things that grasp. Like, the way that...
The little clippy thing?
Yeah. I didn't realize they were made that way, but that was so easy to put up and take down.
Yeah. That was awesome. So...
And it was, like, 10 to 15 degrees cooler underneath that tent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, it was good to see everybody, and they had a good turnout.
Yeah, they did. There were a bunch of new people, a bunch of people I hadn't seen before.
Awesome. It was really awesome. So it was a good time.
Everybody was dressed appropriately.
Yes. We all sweated through our costumes, but there was so much pink. It was good.
There was so much pink.
Yeah.
I was going to wear pink, but I have pink pants, and then I have my pink Keeping Vert Dead shirt.
Uh-huh.
But the shirt is way too tight, and I was not going to wear pants.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So I just decided punk rock Barbie.
So that's the one thing is that's the first time I have worn not pants to a meetup or anywhere. Just skating in general. Because I always wear either jeans or leggings. And I was like, oh, it'll be fine. Because it was cute. I had like one of those little skirts with shorts on underneath. Oh, yeah, it'll be fine. Very first run, I bailed, and I ended up with a big strawberry right under my butt cheek, and I was like, son of a bitch.
Was it a scrape or was it a bruise?
No, it was a scrape.
Oh, see, that's why we wear pants.
Yeah, because also the ramp was really hot. So it was kind of like a burn. But, oh well. But yeah, that's why I wear pants. But it was just way too hot to wear pants that day, so.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
The entire month of July, I heard on like the Weather Channel or something. The entire month of July is like the hottest month ever recorded.
Mm-hmm. Well, and not just here too, like even California.
Like, yeah,
like
everywhere.
105.
It's the hottest, I think pretty much worldwide, the hottest ever recorded.
Yeah, this is definitely not the 90 degrees we ran around in as kids.
It's not 90 degrees.
Well, you know what I mean. It's not the same. Back in the good old days.
It's 107.
Yeah. Well, still.
With 90% humidity.
This was not the 107 degrees I ran around in as a kid. I'm just kidding. So, but I mean, one good thing about hot weather is you get sweaty. And one of the funny things that happens at HVR on occasion is when everybody's really sweaty, the guys will take their shoes off and they'll try another round of the running and jumping to try to catch the coping. And the thing is, you need sweaty socks because if not, your socks will just slip on the ramp. But yeah, that was quite humorous. They had another round of that, so I'll give you the video.
What do we call it? The Superman jump.
The Superman.
The Superman sock jump.
Superman sock derby. Actually, sock derby was fun to play back in the day.
I know nothing about that.
You basically would play derby, but not in skates.
It would be after you take
socks.
your skates off.
No, it was just we'd learn how to play derby just without skates on. So you'd have just your socks and all your pads on and your gear, and you'd have to like run around the track. It was so funny.
I bet that's hilarious.
Oh my god, it was funny. But also too, it was like, this is why I hate running. So, but anyways, let's see what else has happened since we've been on break.
New tricks.
Yeah,
you did one a couple weeks ago.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm adding to my arsenal of inverts that I can't land.
Wait, you landed?
So I did land that one.
I swear you landed. Yeah.
I landed this one. It's just not extended and pretty yet. So I was like, okay, well, the traditional invert where you go straight up and pop back down. I can't land that yet. So then I started introducing monkey flips, right? I can't land those yet. So I was like, what else can I do that's invert like that I, may not land? So I started doing like a sideways. So you go up, you grab the coping, and then your other hand's in the transition, and you kick out to the side. And some people can do it where they kind of kick more like a diagonal. Mine, I just was like, let's just try it kicking out to the side. Which, by accident, it also made me do a hand plant 180 without using my toe stops. So that was technically also a new trick.
Yeah, you got that one too, yes.
Yeah, it happened completely by accident because I usually anticipate the, grabbing onto the coping and I use my toe stop to like really kick myself up high so I can get some good air. And that time I didn't use my toe stops and I was really surprised. But did take a pretty hard bail. So the first night I tried it, my first one was actually pretty decent. And I was able to land it. The second one I pushed out too hard and I fell straight down and I was trying to protect my face, so I put my hands out. And because of the way I was turned, my right arm absorbed more of it and it basically jammed my whole arm up into my shoulder socket. And it hurt. I was like, oh shit. Like I knew I didn't break anything. I didn't feel like I had torn something, but it was enough that like I got nauseous. And so I was like, okay. And then my hand was numb and all this stuff. So I stopped skating. And but Cody was like, yeah, but you did something new. That was great. And I was like, thanks. I just wanted you to be proud of me, type thing. But because, it's very hard for me to step out of my comfort zone skating. So I was really proud that I was like, I'm just going to do this, And so I, got injured. And I'm still, like, it's better. And I can almost raise my arm all the way up without it twinging,
Parallel.
But it's still really twingy. Yeah, I just have to keep working it out and using my old bones therapy pain cream and all the good stuff. So unfortunately, the shoulder harnesses he had, they're out of stock now, and he said they weren't really selling very great because it's kind of your shoulders are a weird spot to like ice or have compression. So he was like, I'm probably just going to discontinue them. I was like, damn, because that's what I had my eye on. So, but yeah, so it'll heal up. And then you've been working on some new stuff.
I did one new thing. I've been in a rut for a few months now where I've just been like, I feel like I've just been stuck, and going to the vert ramp to me lately has been like, I'm just going to do the same things over and over again. Nothing's progressing, blah, blah, blah. And so then the other day, Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
So you said something and it reminded me of a trick that I had wanted to try. I don't remember what you said, but I was like, oh yeah, I wanted to try this. And it's a cross between a judo kick and a deck tap. So we were calling it the judo tap, where you air up. While you're airing, you tap the other foot onto the deck, and then you go back in.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a little, it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
It was awkward at first, and there was one time when I fell. I don't think you saw it. You were turned around looking at something else. But I went up, and I I went up into the air, and my legs were straight, and I was like this, and then I just went down.
Oh, really?
I was like, oh, shit.
That didn't work out.
No, I have a bruise.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on my knee.
Oh, yeah.
And I bruised my thumb, too, but these bruises heal so fast now because I do them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I bruised through my knee pads.
Wow.
I don't know how that happened. But I don't have the bruise on my hip because I
Mhm.
felt it on my hip the most.
The most, yeah.
But there's no bruise there.
Huh.
Just there. I don't know how that happened.
That happens to me occasionally. Like where I might hit like the side of the knee pad. So I bruise through it, but
It's a pretty bruise.
But yeah. But the trick is cool looking though. Because so with a deck tap, your bottom foot is still on transition. So it's on the ramp. And then you're tapping your top foot on the deck.
Mm-hmm.
And then a judo air is just an air where you're kicking
out.
out like kung fu fighting. Oh, yeah. You know.
So the only thing I think I have left on this judo tap, as I'm going to call it, unless you'll see the video playing while we're talking about this, but if anybody knows if it has an actual name, please send it our way, because I don't know if it has an actual name.
Yeah.
But the only thing now is that I want to try and get my foot farther out there, and then I'm going to try and turn it into that like backside thing where they throw both of their feet up there and go back in.
Oh, like what Jaquan does?
So would it be a backside air tap? I don't know.
I don't know.
I would be airing front side. I don't know what anybody calls that.
Because usually
It's probably a blading
when
trick.
he does it, yeah, I think it's probably blading. But because when he does it, it's like it looks like he's doing a backside, but instead of putting his blocks on the coping, he'll point his legs straight out and touch his toes, like bloop, and then go right back in. Yeah. So it's literally like he's floating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
really
that's the goal of this, is to eventually get there.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need to. I'm gonna make this one look really pretty before I start working on trying to get that other foot and turning more.
Yeah.
Although if I can do it sideways, that would be really cool. Both feet up there sideways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, technically, if you did it sideways, only one skate would be tapping, and the other one would just.
Yeah, the other one would be on top of it.
Yeah,
like putting them together.
Oh my God, has anyone ever done an air where you like click your heels together, like, you know, like back in the days of like the Newsies where they're like, gee golly.
I don't know.
I bet you Jaquan has.
Give it a try, Kate. That's your next new trick.
No, I'm still having trouble like with the judo.
The little leprechaun.
Yeah, right? Yeah. The little, Lisa, buy some tapes. Yeah. I don't even know what that would be called. That's why I make up nicknames for everything, right? Like, we don't know.
Well, if nobody's done it, we can call it whatever you want.
Yeah, the judo tap doesn't, as far as we know, doesn't have a name, so that's why we nicknamed it the judo tap. So.
I'm going to add a grab to it, too.
Okay.
I think I might be, I should have tried that yesterday when I was at the ramp.
Grab your bottom foot?
Yeah.
It's airing?
Like when you do the judo kick and you add the grab to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think on Thursday it was just too much to think about all at once.
Yeah.
But I should have done it yesterday.
Well, the line that you did was cool, where you did a regular deck tap and then you did the judo tap, right? And then you did the judo air.
I have that on
in
deck
one line.
to post tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
That's on my Instagram post.
So by the time this airs, it'll already
be up there.
Yeah.
So go back about a few days, 2 days, 3 days. Go back 3 days because this will air on Wednesday. I'm determined. If this is 2 hours long, it's going to take me longer than I thought. But
that's all right. So maybe August 2nd, maybe August 9th, depending on.
No, it's gonna be August 2nd.
Okay.
Yeah, the 1st is the Tuesday, right?
All right, you just recorded it, so it has to happen. Just kidding.
Today is August 2nd. And if this airs on August 9th, I'm sorry. I should have done it yesterday, but I was in the mindset of, since I was out there with Richard and Lance, I was like, this is just going to be an easy session, nothing big, work on basically just an exercise session. Oh, and I did that. So I'm calling this now the wall challenge.
Okay.
And this, I'm going to make this part of like every single time we're at the vert ramp, I'm going to do this.
Okay.
Where it's you drop in, you don't do anything fancy. You literally go up and do whatever is the easiest thing for you. An air, whatever it is to turn around. Carve, whatever, it doesn't matter. And see how many walls you can hit.
In one run?
In one run.
Oh.
So I did 15 yesterday.
Oh, cool.
Man, I was dying. I was like, I can make it to, because Richard was like, well, it would be normally about 17 walls in a 45-second run. And so I hit 15 and I was like, if I do 2 more walls, I'm not going to make it back up on deck. Right. So I'm aspiring to do 2 more walls.
Yeah.
So on Tuesday, I'm going to do 17. And then on Thursday, I'm going to do 17.
I wonder how many I do. It's probably 6.
The wall challenge.
6 or 10 at the most, maybe.
So,
like without trying, I wonder how many I've done.
I know for me, my longest runs are usually about 6 walls.
Okay. That's
and if you look at the video on Instagram, you can see after wall 5, I start losing height because I've gotten tired.
Yeah.
So
that's a good endurance thing, though.
So I'm gonna try and build it in every.
Hey, that's like the roller derby version of 100 laps.
I was thinking 27 and 5, but yeah.
Oh yeah, 27 and 5.
I almost posted that underneath the thing. I was like, this would be the equivalent of doing 27 and 5.
Okay. Yeah, for those who don't know, for roller derby, one of the WIFTA standards is you have to do 27 laps in 5 minutes. So around the track. So, and then the 100 laps is just something that HRD used to do as warm-ups. Quite literally, everyone would get geared up, and that's what we would do as our warm-up. We would just...
How long does that take? Is
that
like
20 minutes?
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a huge chunk of practice time.
At the pace we went, we usually got it done in 20 minutes. And everybody was in a big, long line, and we were literally just lapping. And whoever was it was always the fastest people were in the front. We would go... Well, they said fast to fastest, so they usually tried to put the slower people up front, but usually there was a pace person. And then if someone in front of you was like majorly lagging behind, you could pass them up.
That was a huge chunk of practice time.
I loved 100 laps though, because I would just get in the zone and I would get into the skater stance and like I was speed skating. Oh, it was so much fun. I loved it. Honestly, like I don't miss the competition of derby, and I don't miss getting beat up like crazy, because I play jammer and everybody's out to get you. I miss the actual speed skating aspect of it. That was always fun.
Yeah.
The minute you break out of the pack and you just haul ass around the track.
And then you get stopped almost immediately.
Yeah, I know. You got to control your speed coming back up to the pack.
Oh, man. Now I have to stop again.
So you don't backblock people or whatever. So, but yeah. Well, that's cool. Like, yeah. Now I'm interested to see like how many I can do. I'll have to try it out.
Tuesday.
Okay.
We'll do it I'm trying to think if this is something that's better to do at the beginning of the sesh, in the middle of the sesh, before you run out of juice, or at the end of the sesh.
I would think it would be a great warm up.
The thing is then would your legs be like not wanting to do all of the tricks? Although it could be.
Maybe. I mean, it might be like that whole, like, runners say they get the runner high because, like, maybe it'll make your endorphins kick in.
Yeah. I'm going to try it all the ways and see which one works best. So Tuesday I'll do a couple of warm-up lines, and then, like, on the third one, I'll do the
walls.
Yeah. See how it goes.
It'll be interesting. Okay.
Filming for my big project has begun. We have 2 whole clips. One of me and one of another skater.
Yep.
But We might go filming today.
Yeah.
Maybe. This is going to be a long project. It's definitely not going to be done before November. It's not going to be done before next year. Maybe fall of next year. I might be able, if I can get all the editing.
How long do you want it to be total?
Honestly, I don't know. Because it's going to be, so I've been running the ideas through my head. It's going to be like a skate video / documentary / I don't know. So it might be 30 an hour.
Okay.
Who knows? It's going to be however long it comes out to be.
It'll probably end up eventually at least being 30 minutes, right?
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be at least 30 minutes.
Okay.
So I want to get all of the skating clips before I start doing the interviews.
Oh, okay. You're going to do interviews too.
I'm going to do interviews too.
Very cool.
So that's kind of going to be, and it's going to be all Houston skaters.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a Houston roller. Well, it's not just roller skating; it's skateboarding too,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe rollerblading. Might get a blader or two in there.
Okay.
But
So
I want
it'll just
everybody
be
to
like
have
the
a pretty
Houston
good-
scene, the Houston
Houston skate scene.
skate scene. That'll be cool.
So,
cool.
yeah.
Very
Well, we
nice.
got an hour and a half session in and got 2 whole clips.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
And by the time it airs, like you'll be like, "Oh, I'm so much better of a skater now." Just kidding.
Well, these
That's right.
these 2 clips are actually my filming ability, my filming and editing, because I used the 360 footage. I used 2 separate cameras,
Mhm.
but the footage that came off of the 360 that I edited and made look really good. Those came out amazing.
Oh,
So
nice.
I'm excited to see what else
Mhm.
can happen.
Very cool.
So
Very cool.
still working on that, and it's going to come out maybe fall of next year.
Okay.
We'll see. That's a decent timeline. If I can get everybody to agree on and stick with skating film times.
Mhm.
I think I've had to
scheduling
cancel.
everyone.
I think I've had to cancel a couple of different skaters have had to cancel their filming time a couple of times.
Okay.
And I've also asked them, they can submit their own, like if they go out and skate and just film it in landscape and send it to me. I've got to set up a Dropbox or something for that. But I wanted to do this project like 4 years ago. I wanted to do this project, but it just kind of faded away. I think I got a few clips from a few skaters, and then
Nothing happened.
nothing else ever happened. And so none of those original skaters are going to be in this one. Now it's a whole different.
I was gonna say most
crew.
of the skaters aren't even in Houston anymore.
Nope.
Yeah, they all moved away.
So,
Huh.
but I think now I have a pretty good group of people.
Yeah.
You're one of those people,
Oh.
and then you'll move away.
Okay, in 2 years.
It'll be after it airs.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Maybe in 2 years. It'll be my credentials I'll bring with me to California. Look what I can do. I am a legitimate skater. Hooray. Yeah. That's all right. Well,
Okay.
that was a long opening discussion, but
Well, we had a lot to talk
a
about.
lot has happened since we went on.
Oh, yeah, and we're going down to 1 episode a month now, so
Yes.
we will have longer episodes, maybe.
We'll see. We'll see how
We'll
long
have more-
this is when we edit it.
More to talk about.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about CIB Crew.
Yeah.
So CIB Crew started out in 2014 as Chicks and Bowls. It was started by Lady Trample, who was trying to create a safe space for women at skate parks because, skate parks were mostly male-dominated skateboarding, and women started wanting to roller skate at the skate parks, and of course it was, kind of intimidating, and they were met by a lot of toxicity and stuff like that. So Chicks and Bowls started as kind of a movement of, hey, look, we're badass too. We own our space here at the park. And she set it up to where people could start their own chapters in their cities or towns. And I think they got to over 300 international chapters,
Yeah.
which is pretty damn awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that's been one of the biggest things for roller skating to kind of bring us back into mainstream. Because, I mean, like, roller skating in the park has happened, right? I mean, it's been happening since
back in the 70s and 80s. And then I think it kind of died off.
It died out a little. You know, blading got popular in the 90s, so bladers were at the park. But yeah, this is kind of like the resurgence. Kind of like how roller derby had died out, and then in the early 2000s, it resurged back up and became a big thing again.
And it was a very welcoming community, very uplifting, and a very good way for people to find other people skating, especially, you know, because we started going to the parks in 2016, and at that time there was 1 or 2 other park skaters in Houston.
Yep. And
none of us had even heard of CIB at that point.
It was probably about 2017 was when we started actually hearing about it.
I was searching for skate videos because, you know, skateboarders had skate videos, rollerbladers had skate videos. So I was like, okay, certainly there are roller skating skate videos. There were not. You had the CIB videos.
Yeah.
And that was it. That's all I could find with CIB videos. And so that's how I heard of them and started following them.
Houston started their chapter in 2018, like in the fall. I think it was like September when we started.
I have no idea.
So.
But I know we started having meetups and stuff, and I would go to those.
Yep. Yeah, that was really fun. One cool thing about CIB, and also too, like I think it was about 2020 is when they changed from chicks and bowls to community and bowls, because they wanted to be more inclusive to men, and they wanted to be more inclusive to the non-binary skaters, kids. They had kids in bowls. Actually, I don't know if you can see it, but I have one of their old prints. It's concrete for breakfast, and it's a kid eating skate wheels. So they had kids in bowls because they had like people like Olivia, who had started when she was, I want to say she was like 9 or 10.
I don't remember. How old is she now? She's a teenager now,
I don't know. Like, I feel like kids grow up too fast, and I'm like, wait, you're still supposed to be 8. So anyway, she started out really young. She was one of the kids in bowls. But yeah, so they changed the name to be more inclusive. You know, also too, because the skate scene, especially 2020 with the pandemic, had really exploded by then. So they wanted to make sure that they were changing their lingo to be more inclusive to everybody. Because it was more about finding your community. And like I said, that's one cool thing is with all of the chapters around the world, I mean, it definitely made the skate world smaller, you know, because it made things more accessible to you. So if you wanted to go travel overseas, you could go hook up with a chapter and, you know, automatically have skate buddies, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And you already knew you had stuff in common with them because you roller skated at the park and they roller skated at the park. So bam, did we just become best friends? Hell yeah, we did. So
yeah, I met a lot of, not in person, but online, a lot of other skaters through CIB. You know, they share stories and they would, you know, post things about other skaters, you know, coming up in the community and different events all over the place.
Yep.
You know, they would share all of the meetups that the chapters were holding, like on their page.
If they were tagged in it, they would share it. Yeah. Yeah, because they would share ours quite often too. Because I would make sure to tag the main CIB account. So yeah, it was really cool. And then also it was fun because I mean, we're both wearing CIB shirts. So hers is pretty gnarly, and then mine is Take Me to Your Skate Park, which this is one of my most favorite designs that Sam made. And I wore it also because, you know, now the government has admitted that aliens do exist. Tom DeLonge, you were right 20 years ago when you said aliens exist. So yeah, I figured it was fitting to wear this. But, I mean, they had all sorts of different designs. Like, let me get my roller derby jean vest here. They had, like, you could get chapter patches made where it would say your name and it would say what chapter you belong to. They had the Not Here to Flirt. They had the, the crystal ball.
Yeah, I was sad when the chapter patches went away.
This one, which was like the Paradise. I have the original Chicks and Bowls patch here. So it was just fun. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm a ray of fucking sunshine. You got that for me. So yeah, it was just really fun, and I think I pretty much have every design that they've ever come out with, either in t-shirt or patch or pin form. But this is what the original logo looked like.
I think they had.
It's pretty cool.
I think they still have some patches left on Blood and Thunder, and I need to go buy.
They do, yeah.
Whatever
they do.
patch they have left, because I love patches. I like putting patches on my vests.
Yeah, I think the only design I didn't get was the one that Fink designed, where it was Eat Pizza and Skate. I had stickers. I bought 2 stickers, but I never got it. Like, they didn't have it on a shirt when I had discovered it. But that's a really fun design too, because it's literally a piece of pizza that's like melty, and the pepperonis are the CIB logos, which is cute. And it says like Eat Pizza and Skate, Sk8. So, but
I think I remember that one.
Yeah,
I didn't buy a whole lot of their stuff. I bought what I could, but now I need to go and peruse through and definitely get some patches.
Get the rest of them. Yeah. I mean, I liked collecting them because, I have an artist background, and I haven't done art in a long time, and I just picked it back up again. That was one thing. My boyfriend got me an iPad for my birthday, and so now I have Procreate. So I'm, doodling and doing all that stuff. And so I've always been drawn to, art and designs and stuff like that. So, and most of these, I think, Lady Trample did herself. So that was also cool. It was like, you're like supporting another artist, supporting another skater. So, I think that's one thing about me is I will never, it's like, tell me the reason you're broke. And it's like, because I buy so many skate t-shirts, because I want to support everybody's art, and I want to, like, help them out. And plus also it's like fun to have. So yeah, I don't know. One day when I'm gone, they'll make a big like quilt of all my skate t-shirts I have. Which is what I plan to do with my late husband's Batman shirts. He was a huge Batman fan. So I've separated all his shirts out into logos and then like actual Batman art designs. And so I'm going to make one quilt, the Batman logo quilt, I'm going to make, or get made, because I can't sew. I'm going to get it made so Jacob can have it. And then all the Batman design ones will be a quilt for me. So I'm like, that's an easy way to preserve all his memories. So anyway, sidebar, sorry. But yeah, no, I mean, it's CIB has definitely been a big staple in the skating community for the last 10 years.
Yeah. I know when I saw them starting to like
step back.
Yeah, I think around October of last year or September of last year, the posts pretty much stopped. Like all of them. And so I was like, okay, something's going on.
Yeah.
They've just completely disappeared. There's no stories, there's no posts, there's no nothing. So when they made the announcement, what's it been, a month now?
About, yeah.
Something like that.
You weren't surprised?
I wasn't surprised, but it is sad because that's played a huge part in how I've managed to stick with park skating for so long. Like it played a huge part in motivating me.
Yeah.
So, and then being just a part of it going forward was great, because you do have this big community that CIB basically built and brought together.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, the other cool thing that CIB did was basically opened up the world of skate parts, like skate gear, because think about it, they offered slide blocks, they offered the aluminum insoles that you put in shoe skates, all of those things. They kind of opened up trucks. They opened
and the wheels.
Yeah, and the wheels. Yeah, and they kind of opened up the floor for other skaters to start their own companies making gear, like Chuffed and Last Supper Wheels, and all of them. It kind of like they sort of paved the way for those skaters to say, you know what, I can create my own company too. Our market is lacking for roller skate specific things. A lot of our stuff we kind of adapted from skateboarding in the beginning, and and then of course like some of the big companies obviously started heading towards park skating, but it's nice to see the smaller companies, Radical Wheels and all of them, like really get to grow. So I thought that they were very instrumental in that as well.
Yeah.
But and of course now, I mean, it's like they've also paid homage to CIB, and now they're taking off and growing, and also CIB opened up skate competitions. Not as much. I mean, they were more on the meetup side, but there were a couple where it was like, hey, let's have a skate competition. So, groups were starting to form their own skate competitions. And now, especially in the last year, I guess last year was when it really, really exploded. But all of a sudden it was like, there were so many skate competitions happening. It's like, oh, where do I want to go?
There's one here and there's one there, and they're all on the same weekend.
Yeah, right. And for places like not Texas, where, you can drive 2 hours and be in another state, that was great, because you're like, oh yeah, I can hit up all these. For us, it's a little harder because we got to plan a flight, and it's more expensive to travel out of Texas, but
it takes 11 hours to drive to the other side. That's almost as long as it is for me to drive home.
Yeah, right.
I have 1 extra hour, and I can cut that hour down if they just finish Interstate 69.
Oh, yeah. Oh, to Tennessee, you mean, yeah. I'm like, not home from my house.
No, not where I live down here, but like home.
Yeah. Yep. So, no, but they were definitely a big force to reckon with, as far as the skate community goes, and they're gonna definitely be missed. A lot of people have stories, and I mean, there's the old saying, roller derby saved my soul. I think CIB crew kind of helped save a bunch of souls too through park skating. So,
and they're not completely gone.
Correct.
Because all of the chapters, if the chapters want to stay open,
they can stay open.
Mm-hmm. But the main CIB, the official CIB page, everything is gone. I think they're even closing down their website completely, so the Trictionary will be gone.
I know. That's what I was going to say. I hope they at least keep, even if they shut it down where nobody can contact them, I was hoping they would at least keep that, but
I'll just start my own Trictionary.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no, that's cool too, is the Trictionary. They built that to make it easier for people to figure out what's what.
Yeah, they've been working on that for years.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's always evolving, and there's always contradictions, and some people say this and some people say that, and all the things, but so is roller skating. Mm-hmm. It's ever evolving.
Oh yeah.
So it's not skateboarding where we've established everything,
Mm-hmm. Years and years ago, and that's just how it is. Yeah.
I mean, I guess technically, really, the ones who need to put together a Trictionary are Fred Blood, Duke Renee, OG Roller Skater,
mm-hmm.
Tim Altick,
Brian
Wainwright.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys, they need to come up with a Trictionary, because all these tricks they were doing before
70s and 80s.
Yeah. Before we ever came up with them now.
Mm-hmm.
At least a bunch of them. Although I think I've heard Duke say something about the way they skated was different than how we skate now, so everything would be different anyway.
Yeah.
Because they skated side stance.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of them did side stance.
Yeah, none of them skated forward
mm-hmm.
like we do now.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened.
I don't know. My hips don't do that.
I don't know.
Especially after having a kid, my hips aren't that bendy anymore.
But they modeled it after a skateboard.
Uh-huh.
So that was the closest they could get to standing like a skateboard.
Mm-hmm. Yep. skating side stance is really hard, not on flat ground. I mean, I can do it on flat ground.
I can't do it on flat ground.
I cannot do it on
I go in a circle.
transition.
Because my feet don't go all the way out.
I've learned how to push myself, but yeah. Well, either way, CIB crew will be very missed.
Yes, they
I
will.
can't say that more eloquently, sorry.
They will live on forever.
We super miss you guys already. Yeah, so.
We do. I missed y'all back when y'all went silent.
I know.
But it's okay. You live on in our memories.
Yep.
And in our posts.
Hey, thanks for the memories. It's like the title of our podcast.
Yeah.
Did we plan that?
Not at all.
Yep. So, another big event that happened.
Yes. Sk8 Liborious tragically burned down. I'm sure everybody has heard about that too. It happened, about 3 weeks ago, a month ago now too? It was right after the CIB announcement.
Yeah.
It
was like a 4-alarm fire, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
4-alarm fire. It actually caught a couple of other places on fire, like a few blocks down from the embers because it was so hot that they fell and actually burned down like a community garden and something else that were blocks away.
Mm-hmm.
But the embers were so hot when they fell, they just started those fires too.
Well, and I never saw, but do they know what caused it?
I have no idea. I didn't really.
I don't know.
I was looking for it for a little while, and then nothing ever came out, and then I stopped looking for it. So
yeah, I wasn't sure if they ever found out what the cause was, but
yeah.
But yeah, that's, for those who don't know, Sk8 Liborious is the big church in St. Louis that was revived into a skate park. So the inside was a skate park, and they had featured artists that were local, and
yeah, they were working on turning it into a full community center. So the guys bought it about 10 years ago, and with this big idea of putting the skate park in it and turning it into a community center. So they've been working and taking donations to try and get the building up to code, and they've taken it room by room. I think they started with the roof and the attic and stuff, and worked their way down, and they were getting pretty far along. It was coming along very well, and then to just all of a sudden it just catches fire.
I know, that was really sad.
I think they said there were 2 or 3 people inside when it happened, but they got out safely.
That's good.
But they are going to rebuild.
Yes.
They have already started asking artists for renditions on things that they can do, different designs for the skate park and for the building itself.
Yep. Yeah, so if you have ideas, sketch it out, put it in the computer, however you want to render it, and send it to them.
I think they have an email set up. I can't remember what the post said, but I think it's an email that they have set up to send your ideas to if you want to contribute an idea. And then they've been cleaning it up. I don't know if they've finished cleaning it up. I know they made quite a bit of progress in that manner, but they need volunteers, they need donations so that they can rebuild.
Yeah, we'll link the site where you can donate.
Here it is right here.
Yeah, right. She'll put it in the video.
And then it'll be linked in the description, so you can just click on it. But yeah, so if you can spare some time or spare some money, or even if you can send supplies to go up there. I don't know what supplies they need. I'm sure nails would go a long way.
Right.
Maybe tools. You could donate some tools or something. Anything would help. I was looking at their fundraiser last night, and they have not raised a whole lot of money yet. So I don't know. It's a separate GoFundMe for the rebuild than it was for the original donation.
Okay.
So I don't know if people are still donating to the original one.
Okay.
And just haven't found the other one, but they haven't raised a whole lot of money on the new one. So we'll link it for y'all so y'all can donate. And they're still doing volunteer days. So watch their Instagram closely because they're posting everything there.
Yeah, if you're local or if you're passing through and you have some extra time, definitely try to lend a hand because I know they'll appreciate it.
Yeah. And y'all have been watching us long enough. Y'all know that was on our bucket list to go skate. And it's really sad that it's burned down.
Yep. So when it's rebuilt and they have a big party for their grand opening, we need to make a skate trip and go.
hopefully we'll know.
And hopefully they'll put a vert ramp back in there.
Enough. Hopefully. I'm just surely they wouldn't. I mean, it's a gigantic church. I'm sure they would put another vert ramp in there.
Okay, if you're an artist and you're designing, make sure you put a vert ramp in there.
Make sure you make the ceiling high enough.
Yeah.
I was looking at those designs that they've posted already, and those are really awesome designs. They were talking about like doing
like a
glass ceiling, or even as like a sunroof, maybe a small, big sunroof. I don't know, but it looked really cool.
Yeah,
I was really impressed. And it is going to take. Actually, honestly, it might take less money to rebuild than what it would have taken to renovate. Yeah. Because it had stood empty for 20 or 30 years, I think. And so there was a lot of stuff. And I don't know if it was considered a historic landmark, but normally if they're considered a historic landmark, there are certain things you can't do.
Correct. Yeah.
And it takes more money because you have to work around all those things. Yep. So it really might be cheaper for them to just rebuild.
Yeah.
But it's really sad because those stained glass windows are gone.
I know.
That's really sad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like the church, the castle that I went to in France for my boyfriend's brother's wedding. That was, well, technically 5 stories if you count the basement, which was where the kitchen and stuff was, but only the first 2 floors were refurbished because the lady had bought it back in the early 2000s and slowly refurbished it all. But even then she was like, it takes so much money to do it, that's why the top 2 floors are still the way they are, but we still got to go up and tour and look around, and so it was cool and kind of creepy in its own way, but but yeah, so she was like, eventually I'd like to try to do it, but she's like, the cost involved is just astronomical.
Yeah,
because that castle was built a gazillion years ago.
Like the 1700s, 1800s?
I don't know. I can't remember exactly, but yeah. So
yeah, it's not cheap to restore stuff,
mm-hmm.
and then when they've been labeled as a historic landmark, it's not you can't just do whatever you want. You have to
stay within the aesthetics and
yeah. And you have to get everything approved by people,
mm-hmm.
like every little tiny thing.
Yep.
So
yeah, so definitely donate money and time.
Yep, give them a donate and share their link, share their donation link with everybody. Even if they don't skate, they can still donate, because it's not just for skaters, it's for artists and just everybody in the community, mm-hmm. period, because that's what they were doing, was building a community center where kids and adults alike could go to
mm-hmm.
to do whatever it is that they wanted to do and not be out on the streets getting in trouble.
Yep.
So
yeah, exactly like what Four Downs mission is in Dallas.
Yeah,
they're making it a safe space in a neighborhood that's not so safe and reaching out to the community. And yeah,
so last on our list here, good old Wild Bill.
Yep, Wild Bill Pro Designs passed away, which was obviously unexpected. I know he had some health problems. He was getting over being sick and all that, but it sounded like he was on the mend.
He had said he was getting better,
mm-hmm.
and then the next thing I knew, he was gone.
Yep.
And then it was pretty sudden, because like I said, he was getting better.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I don't know. Nobody has communicated what caused it,
mm-hmm.
and he didn't really say much about what sickness he was having, what he was going through. Do you know anything about any of that?
I don't remember if he had COVID or not, but
I don't think it was COVID.
I don't think it was COVID. I think it was something else.
Yeah, it was something else. But for those of y'all who don't know, Wild Bill is the owner and maker of Pro Designed ink pads, which have been around since 1986, actually. They were
Yeah.
born the year I was born.
Yep.
Pros from Tony Hawk to, I don't know,
Yeah.
other people.
Tony Hawk was wearing his pads when he did his first 900.
Tony Hawk wore his pads back in the 80s.
Yeah.
There are pictures
There were a
of
lot
him.
of
Yeah, there's a
skateboarders back
lot.
then.
Yeah, there's a lot of skateboarders even now who still wear them.
Yeah.
Some of the old pros still wear them too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was actually getting ready to buy another set because I met Wild Bill back in 2011 because I had joined towards the end of 2010 with roller derby, and he was always a really big supporter of Houston roller derby. He would come.
Yeah,
he was
he was.
one of the sponsors, and he would
at
come to all of our
everything.
games. And I mean, he was just one of those people that he loved to talk. He loved to meet new people. And I mean, he was the type of person where you'd meet him and he would chat you up like you guys were old friends forever and ever and ever. I mean, he was just one of those people who you just automatically felt like you'd known him forever. He was really cool. And so I got my first set of pads with him in 2012 as a Christmas present from my late husband. And originally I had played like the whole first year in like the kids set of like Sk8 where it's all three in a pack, wrist guards, elbow guards, and knee pads, and they were super paper thin and not great. I mean, I was very teensy back then, but still, it's, did not provide any padding. And my husband splurged and bought me a set of pads, and first of all, going from those tiny little barely covering my kneecap Sk8s to a Pro Design, which these ones are the mini PDs. These are not my original pads, but these are the mini PDs, and they have a nice low profile, but they're super thick and very protective. I mean, when I first put them on, I felt like my knees were out to here, and it took me a little while to get used to them, but then I got used to them and I loved them. And I had that set from 2012 till 2016, and I upgraded my knees to this one because it has what he called the Cloud 9 padding. It's basically memory foam inside. And so I've had these knee pads since 2016, and they're still in really good shape. The only thing I'm experiencing is I'm starting to bite through the straps. So I was actually, like I said, getting ready to buy a new set when he passed away. So, and then these elbow guards are actually my original ones from 2012. Still in really good shape. The only thing that's worn off is the Pro Design logos.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, these pads have been with me through 10 years of roller derby, park skating on concrete, tearing everything up. I really like the wrist guards because, number one, I like them because they're flush. They don't have that weird piece of plastic that sticks out and like pushes into your palm. I liked that he had a bigger spoon, so it protected the heel of your thumb, that bone right there. And like I said, these things have lasted me.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I've worn through them. I need to get new ones. I don't think anything compares to his wrist guards.
Yeah, I think I was getting ready to buy another set of wrist guards too. But there are no other wrist guards that I'm remotely interested in wearing. So
yeah, I mean these are from 2016, and they still protect me very well. Like I said, just the spoon is wearing thin, and I've torn up this because trying to do ho-hos or sliding on concrete.
If you think about it, I mean, so those have been through so much concrete, and they're still
intact. The integrity is still intact. I mean,
yeah,
they're awesome.
They're really the best.
Nobody makes wrist guards like this except for him.
Nope.
And even knee pads. Like, I know a lot of people wear like 187s, the killer pads, especially skateboarders, and they're always like, Cody and Mike are always like, oh, you need to get these. You need to quit wearing Pro Design. You need to get these. And I'm like, no, you guys change your kneecaps like every 5 seconds.
I do prefer the 187 knee pads.
And the 187s stick out so far. I don't like that. I love the low profile of this, but you still get the the quality. And I mean, these are nice thick caps. I've never had to replace them.
They were great for derby for me, but when I started skating harder at the parks, they just don't have enough cushion for me when I fall on my knees.
Oh, really?
The 187s being so thick, they have enough cushion for me.
Yeah, but did you have the memory foam on the inside?
I had whatever the biggest one he had is.
Yeah, but you had to specifically upgrade to
I have no idea.
Because I noticed a difference.
It's been so long since I've worn them.
Yeah, I noticed a difference between his regular pads and then the ones with the Cloud 9 in them. It was a big, huge difference. So you still have the low profile, but it's super cushy. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I feel like, you know, and he was still considered a small company. I mean, he was
a one-man show, basically.
A one-man show.
He did have another guy in there for a little while, but
after the pandemic, I think he had to let him go or something.
So, yeah, something like that during the pandemic or whatever. But he was a one-man show. Every single pro designed pad that has ever been made was made by Wild Bill himself. Every single one.
And the cool thing was too is he would make them out of all sorts of crazy material. I mean, you could literally bring him material that you liked, and you were like, I want you to make me a set of pads out of this, and he would put it all in the front. You know, he would customize the back because it's a full sleeve, so he would customize the back with whatever color you wanted. I mean, you could draw a design up and bring him fabric and be like, make pads out of these. And I mean, he made sequin ones. He made
all kinds.
He made
fuzzy ones.
Yeah, Fly On had Cookie Monster ones. So those of you who don't know, look up Fly On Maiden on Instagram.
Oh, she's Sk8 Bebop.
Oh, Sk8 Bebop yeah, she still goes by Fly On Maiden, but yeah, Sk8 Bebop on Instagram. She's got some of the coolest pads that he's ever made. And they were also really close friends. So it was really hard for her. And she's still dealing with it, but yeah, he would make so many fun things. I mean, like, you can get 187 to make you custom pads, but they don't do it very often.
Yeah, you can't.
They're more of a big company.
They have a customization option in there, and there's not very many options for it. I think if you're one of their sponsored skaters, you can send them whatever you want, but for us lay people, you have certain options.
For us regular Joes,
but Wild Bill was a fun guy. He really was. He went on a few street skates with us, and he was always riding his bike, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
he'd stop and have drinks with us and all the things. He had a little cart behind his bike too.
Oh yeah.
And if you were ever placing an order with him over the phone or in person, you had to be prepared to be there, stuck for about an hour, maybe two, because Wild Bill loved to talk. I mean, loved to talk.
He makes me look introverted.
He would talk your ear off. He would talk in circles. You would have no idea what was happening.
Right.
He would just talk.
It was so funny. Yeah. But like I said, I mean, but also, too, he made you feel like he had known you your entire life. And one funny thing, too, though, about him was he liked to name drop.
Oh, yeah, he did. He really
would shamelessly name drop. It was great. It was great, but
he had no shame. He really had no shame at all. He was him, and he was proud to be him, and that is all you could ask for.
Living his best life, helping out skaters and making friends all over the country, and
he was proud. He was proud of what he built.
Yeah,
he was very, very proud, as he should have been.
He should be
very proud of what he built.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we don't know what's going to happen with the company.
No. I really would like to get new gear, but I don't want to I don't know what he has in stock, or I don't know how his family is handling all that. I don't want to put added pressure on them.
Yeah.
To call and be like, hey, I need pads, Yeah.
But
I quite literally was like, I need to buy a new set. And then the next week it was like, oh, he passed away. So
yeah,
it was really sad. But yeah, so he will be greatly missed as well. Especially in the Houston community. And the roller derby community really took a big hit. So, And I think, didn't you say something about, I know they had some sort of service
Yeah, they had a church service for him last night.
But they didn't really advertise it.
No. But they are going to have a wake/gathering in the future.
Okay.
I don't know if they're going to put that on Facebook so that we can all know about it,
Mm-hmm.
or if it's just going to be word of mouth, because like I said, I didn't even know about the ceremony that they had last night.
Until this morning.
Until this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Hopefully it goes out to everybody, because I would like to be there to celebrate him.
Support and celebrate him. So yeah.
Rest in peace, Wild Bill.
Yes.
Yeehaw! He did it way better.
Yeehaw and howdy from Texas. Yeah. He was more twangy. You gotta put twang.
And howdy from Texas. Yeah.
Yeehaw. Yeah.
I was watching some videos, after everybody found out. They were posting different things.
Mm-hmm.
And his voice really is just...
Mm-hmm. Yeehaw. Yep. So yeah, we'll definitely miss him. So yeah, I mean, this episode was a little on the sad side, because we're talking about all the things that have changed in the past month, but
yeah. Man, that's a lot.
It was a lot. Oh yeah. Well, and not only that, but it was all within like a week of each other.
Yeah.
So it hit really hard.
Yeah, because CIB
announced
made that announcement,
and then
the week, almost to the day before Sk8 Liborious burned down, and then the day Sk8 Liborious burned down, everybody found out Wild Bill had passed away that night.
Yeah. Yep.
So it happened within a few days, all of this.
Yes. Well, let's talk about some events. Let's talk about some happy stuff.
Okay. Events. We don't have a whole lot on here. I think it's slowed down for the summertime now. It's going into really the end of summer, fall-ish. Middle of fall is going to be pretty much the end of everything until the next year. So here we go. August. All of August is Blading Camp. I think they are out of tickets. So if you haven't gotten your ticket, I'm sorry. But if you did get your ticket, I might see you there.
Right.
I'm leaving in 2 weeks exactly.
Hooray!
I think my plane takes off in exactly 2 weeks.
You finally got your plane tickets? Like, quite seriously, it was like, in June, I was like, do you have your plane tickets yet? And she's like, oh, no, I don't have them yet. I'm like,
I think I bought them in July.
Okay, but are you gonna...
I think I bought them like 2 weeks ago.
Like, do you want to pay an arm and a leg? You have to buy international like a lot earlier than...
It actually wasn't that bad.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I managed to, and I got free hotel out of it too.
Oh, heck yeah.
So on the days when I'm not at camp, I have a hotel room.
Huh.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I went through a travel agent.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So I got it a lot cheaper and got a free hotel.
That's awesome.
It was really cool. So yeah, Blading Camp, all of August. August 20th, there is the Quads of Glory in the Pacific Northwest at Stronger Skate Park. That is in Milwaukee, Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a competition. I would like to be there, but I will be coming back to the States that day. So everybody go and check out Quads of Glory. It might be on Stronger Skate Park's page also. So check that out. October 6th, 7th, and 8th, the Nance Roller Festival in France. That is also a competition. I think it's a mini ramp with a spine and maybe a street comp. That is in France. October 6th and 7th, Rage at the Rose 2 in Tennessee. That is a skateboarding vert competition. Last year, they did let quads on there. They weren't in the actual competition, but you were able to skate during the open skate times. Mm-hmm. So it's a little ramp out in the country, Ardmore, Tennessee.
Yeah.
It's like right on the border of Alabama and Tennessee, maybe a little bit further north, an hour outside of Nashville. Mm-hmm. Not very far at all.
Yeah, but even if you can't skate, I mean, like, going to a vert competition is really fun to go watch. So, yeah. I mean, like, the last one that happened was Jackalope in Virginia Beach. That was the previous event that happened for that. So, Rage of the Rose Houston Vert Ramp is always a sponsor for Rage of the Rose. I mean, it's only their second year that Rage of the Rose is happening, but Houston Vert Ramp is a sponsor. And then I think the Rage of the Rose guys will be coming to Banger in the Hanger. So
yeah, I think didn't they come last year?
I think so.
I think they did. So there is that in Tennessee. October 28th is Quadtoberfest in Orlando. That's put on by Eat My Skates. They also have a whole bunch of different, what am I trying to say? Sponsors. Sponsors for that event. I went last year. It was a lot of fun. I'm thinking of going this year. I don't know if I'm going to be able to swing it, but I'm thinking of going. Also in October, I don't have this one written down, so I don't know the exact dates. I think it's like 2 weeks before Quadtoberfest, is the East Coast Scramble with Tutias and Roller Rag Magazine are putting that on.
Mm-hmm.
It is a mini ramp inside of a barn, and you stay on location. You can either camp or buy or purchase the one that comes with a room. They are doing a skate park tour. All the meals are planned out. Missy and Icebox cook the meals, or maybe Icebox does. I'm not sure which one of them is cooking. It might be both of them. But the menus, I looked at the menus, and they looked fantastic. So, you might want to buy a ticket to that. I am planning on being at that. I haven't bought my ticket yet, but I do plan on going. So
it's the 13th through the 15th of October.
Yes, there it is.
Yeah.
Yep, that's 2 weeks before Quadtoberfest.
Yeah.
So, October 13th through the 15th, East Coast Scramble. Mm-hmm. And then, November 9th through the 12th.
Banger in the Hanger! Whoop, whoop.
Which is going to be so much fun. Scott was supposed to make some announcements. I think he forgot.
Okay. Oh yeah, he was supposed to make announcements on Monday, right?
Yes.
So
he was.
Okay.
And I've been eyeballing the page and I have not seen anything.
Yeah.
So
he's got some stuff he's cooking up.
There are things happening.
Mm-hmm.
So keep an eye on the Houston Vert Ramp page is going to have probably the most information, because the Banger in the Hanger page
is usually just the event stuff.
It's usually just on the story, yeah. Mm-hmm. But the actual posts are literally like the flyers.
Yeah.
Just cut up.
Yep.
So.
But yeah, definitely in the next, because it's only 4 months away? So, or almost 3 months away? August, September, October. Yeah.
I don't want to think about it.
4 months
right
away. About 4 months away.
I got too much other stuff to. It's that close.
Yes, it's that close. So the Houston Vert crew, we're gonna start getting the property ready to go. There's a couple of repairs that need to be made on the ramp. Like we said, the cover has a couple of tears in it that need to get fixed, because if we get rain like we did last year and 2 years ago, we're going to need to keep that ramp dry. Also, some of the gator skins need to be replaced, and the
birch underneath
it needs to be replaced.
We
also do, we help get the landscaping in order, and he's got to order. He gets the big bathroom trailers, like air conditioned bathroom trailers, really nice flushable toilets. He's going to have his whole backyard is going to be set up where the beer tent will be and all of the vendors. So there's a lot of work that goes into it, obviously the week before, to set everything up, but even then, before that, we start preparing the property and the ramp. And so if you want to help out, a great way to help out is to donate to Houston Vert Ramp. And if you click my bio on Instagram, there's a direct link to his
we have it here.
PayPal. Yes, right? She'll put up the link.
And in the description. That's fun.
But yeah, so he's, and then also too, you can go to the Houston Vert Ramp Instagram page, and in his, I think he has a link tree, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And there's buttons to donate. So any little bit helps out. Obviously it helps keep the lights on during the year too, but definitely he's going to need all hands on deck. So we'll start getting it ready, but if you want to help contribute, I know Scott would absolutely appreciate it, as would we, because this is a really fun event. It's basically our Christmas for roller skating and skateboarding. So we're like little kids. We look forward to it every year. And are we still going to try to do a live show? Or
I wanna try
live
and do a
something?
live show.
Okay.
Live, we can do, live something.
Mm-hmm. Or at least live story postings that day, depending on
Or
what we
even
do.
be live on Facebook. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out, yeah.
Not live on Facebook, live on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It won't be live on Spotify because I have absolutely no idea how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But we could possibly do live on YouTube.
Yeah.
And
Instagram lives.
And we can just go through and interview people as we go through.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
But yeah, if you are a roller skater and you skate vert, come out and see us.
If you're a roller skater and you don't skate vert, come watch us.
Come watch us. Yeah. So usually what he'll do is it's a free event. He will have tickets, but it doesn't cost anything. And usually what he'll do is he'll release tickets to people who have previously attended in the past first, and let them get all signed up, and then he'll release the tickets to the general public. So all it is you sign up. You either say if you're coming as an athlete or a spectator, and then you sign a waiver because it is his private property, and so he's got to make sure that everybody's covered to be on his property. And last year we had over 1,000 people.
Yeah.
So he had tickets for about 700, and then he just opened it up and said whoever wants to come, just sign a waiver. But yeah, it was a huge turnout. So, but yeah, looking forward to seeing everybody, and then of course all the skateboarding companies will be out there. I know Lat Foul's coming again.
Tony Hawk and Jason Ellis are supposed to be there.
Yeah. Okay. And then hopefully Brandon with Old Bones will come down.
Yeah.
Brandon,
that would be great.
Come hang out with us for the weekend, Brandon.
We can interview you for a podcast.
Yeah. By the way, I know we'll get into this as far as sponsors go, but I'm excited about some of the things that Old Bones is coming out with. He's got a lot of roller skating stuff coming out now. So t-shirts and pins.
Oh yeah, I love those pins.
I know. I want to collect them all.
I saw that it was for RollerCon, but I'm really hoping
that they're on the site too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe after I don't know when RollerCon is.
RollerCon
this
is
this weekend.
This weekend.
So while we're filming this, I think.
Hang on, let me look it up really quick.
They're late in the year now because it's supposed to be the second week of July or something, but. Anyways, so that's what we have for events.
Yeah.
Well, she looks up when RollerCon is, or when RollerCon was, since y'all will see this in a few days.
Oh, August 23rd through 27th.
Oh, so it still hasn't even come yet?
Yeah. So it's August, not July. Yeah, August 23rd through the 27th.
Okay.
I think it might have used to been in July and now it's in August, but yeah, so I know Brandon will be at RollerCon. So if you're going to RollerCon, stop by his booth and say hi. He'd appreciate it.
Tell him we sent you.
Yeah. Tell him Kate and Lynette say hi.
Okay, and now Kate's going to talk about the drive.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm also part of the Drive Clothing. It's an apparel company. They have cool graphic t-shirts. They have, they're starting to branch out and do things like nice button-down short sleeve, lightweight shirts for men. They have athletic wear for men and women. They have hats. They have sunglasses. They have beach towels. Basically everything you can think of. And so I have a link that you can shop through my bio, but it's thedriveclothing.com/altercation1053.
We might put it right here. I'm really having too much fun with this.
I know.
We'll link it below.
But yeah, and if you decide you look around on the site and you see something you like, if you want to DM me, I can give you a 20% off coupon code. But usually they used to run a weekend release every weekend, but that got a little too daunting because the weekend release items are basically made to order, so it's like a pre-order, and then whatever people ordered, they would make all of it and then ship it out. So it would take about a week and a half to get all that stuff out. So now they do weekend releases twice a month, and then the other 2 weekends of the month they run some sort of big sale. So the last one that they had Chad, the owner, had just turned 41, so things on the site were up to 41% off. So they try to do that. And then, I mean, they're running, a lot of times they'll run some sort of promo on a Wednesday where it might be like, buy one, get one free, something. For the rest of July, they're doing mystery boxes for $50. So, like, if you don't really know what you want, you can order either a men's box or a women's box and give your size, and then they'll send you, like a sweatshirt, a t-shirt, a hat, there's like a bunch of different things that you can get in that box.
I saw those the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, interesting.
Yep. Yeah, so usually they're like $100 and they're half off, so they're $50. So, and honestly, like, the mystery boxes are cool because even though you don't know what you're going to get, the amount of things you get for $50 is pretty awesome. So,
yeah.
And considering too, like, because they're a little bit higher price point on their shirts and other apparel, just because a lot of that stuff is all hand done. It's hand dyed, hand cut, hand printed, So, and it's all done here in Houston, Texas. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, then I will talk about 2 Tias. So I mentioned in the events that they have the East Coast Scramble coming up. They have a lot of new stuff on their site that is all East Coast Scramble 23 or ECS 23 related stuff. So if you're going, you can buy some of that merch. And if you're not going, you can just buy some and support. They also have new stickers. This is an older sticker, but Missy just came out with another. This one sparkles. I don't know if you can tell it. We forgot to turn on our lights.
Oh, yeah.
You can't tell that it sparkles, but this one is really cute. I like it. They have a whole bunch of stickers, and Missy just came up with a new sparkly sticker. I cannot remember the design, the life of me right now, but it's really cute. They have hoodies and mugs and swimsuits. I just got one of those swimsuits. It's the same one I had, but it has a orange top instead of a red top.
Oh, cute.
So it's like kind of mixed matched.
Oh, yeah.
So now I have the red top and the orange top and the bottoms.
Okay.
So it's really cute. But yeah, y'all should check them out. 2tsskate.com.
It'll be right there.
I was waiting. I was like, am I going to have to do it? I'll link it below and y'all can easily get to it. But yeah, I think that's all we have today.
Yep, that's all we have. So make sure that you like, comment, subscribe to get our new episodes. If you have an idea of something you'd like us to talk about, you can either DM us on Instagram at Tales from the Coping or email talesfromthecoping@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. And
yes. We would love to hear your ideas. We want to talk about what you want to hear about.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I said, we will be going to 1 episode a month. So hopefully the beginning of the month we'll get them out for you. Yeah. And other than that, thanks for watching.
Thanks.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.